Hey everybody, what is going on? I wanted to make a quick video to explain a scenario that took place with one of the carriers that I work with that I thought would be extremely educational for a lot of carriers that are out in the marketplace. Basically, I want to break it down to you so you could learn a tip and a trick and how to solve a problem, how a formal broker would solve this problem. And I wanted to present it to you so you could learn from it and take away this tip and this trick with some problem solving. So basically what I have in front of us right now is a rate confirmation, just to go over some of the parameters with you so you can understand the scenario that I'm going to present here in a second. Basically what we have is we have three pieces, as you can see notated at the top. In terms of the equipment type, we have van or flatbed. Commodity is going to be agricultural equipment. The weight, 40,000 pounds, length, 48 foot, width, height, generic. Notating insurance requirement as well. Standard 100,000, pretty generic, right? In terms of the pickup and delivery location, we have Savannah, Georgia, designated right here, pickup 1. Delivery location, Pendergrass, Georgia, delivery location. Pickup date and time, looks like we got October 29th and to November 3rd for the pickup. So it's pretty wide, first come, first serve. Pretty standard, it's a port. It's not a warehouse. It's not a manufacturer. It's a port. They have these wide first come, first serve pickups and deliveries, which is interesting because the delivery side of this is wide open as well, but that probably goes hand in hand with the pickup side. So we have October 29th to November 5th. So it's pretty wide. It's about 6 days. They want it picked up within a window of about a week or less to get this delivered. So there's no pressing urgency. But those are the parameters that I wanted to break down to you. Obviously, you can see here compensation pay. We have $1,000 on the rate con. And in regards to some additional parameters, they want a TWIC card in order to be able to get on site at the shipper to get loaded and pick up the freight. So that's what we have. In regards to the scenario, I have a carrier that arrived on site at the Port of Savannah. He did not have a TWIC card, which means he had to pay for an escort. Escorts at most ports and terminals, they cost anywhere between $100 to $150, kind of the norm. So he didn't have a TWIC card. TWIC card probably costs anywhere between $200, maybe $250. I would recommend if you live on either one of the coasts, East or West Coast, or if you live in the South, maybe down here in Houston, or Louisiana, or Alabama, and you're going to be working out of the ports and the terminals, it's well worth the investment to spend that money. You go to 2 ports, 2 terminals, it's paid for itself. In regards to the situation with the carrier that I work with, he didn't have a TWIC card. So he arrives on site at the shipper. He gets an escort to get to the location to begin being loaded with a forklift or with a crane. They load the equipment on. As you can see, it is 3 pieces. He gets his BOL. He leaves. He's picked up the freight. He gets a call about 30 minutes after departing the shipper from the broker. Broker says, hey, I need you to turn around. I need you to go back. There's 1 crate that's missing. It wasn't loaded on your truck. If you deliver these 3 crates to the receiver, I'm not going to pay you anything. You need to get your butt back there and you need to pick up that missing container. I'm like, okay, well, what does your rate confirmation say? He calls me up and he's, Paul, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm 30 minutes outside of Savannah. Do I go back? Can this broker really dangle this over me? Hey, let me see the BOL. Let me see the rate confirmation. We got the rate con right now. I'm not going to show you the BOL. Just bear with me. So I explained to him, listen, man, you have 3 pieces designated on the rate confirmation. You have 3 pieces designated on the BOL. You're good to go, but this broker, he's being a schmuck. And if you're really only 30 minutes outside of the Port of Savannah, would it be too much to turn around and go pick it up? It's like, no, it's not too much to go turn around and pick it up. But the issue is I have to then pay again for another escort because I don't have a TWIC card. I'm like, okay, granted, I definitely understand that. This is a mistake on the broker's behalf. This is a mistake on the customer's behalf. Something needs to have a little bit of give and take, a little wiggle room in regards to this situation that we have. So let's do this. you and I, let's do a conference call. We'll both call the broker together and we'll lay it out for him. And that's basically what we did. I do this all the time with the carriers that I work with because I used to be a broker. And I would explain, and I explain to the carriers that I work with, if there's an issue, there's a problem, I don't care. Call me because I know the correct questions and answers to ask the broker in order to figure out how to get to a solution as quickly as possible and most cost effective as possible. So what I'll do is I'll conference call in with the carrier, the owner operator, and pretend like I'm a co-owner in the company and talk to the broker. Basically, what we did is we laid it out saying, hey, listen, I understand that we have this load. We've already picked it up. We've already left. We don't have a problem, though. We'll go back and we'll pick up this missing crate, apparently, that you don't have notated on your rate confirmation or on the BOL from the shipper that we've already been to, and we've already talked to, and we've already seen. But we'll go back and we'll pick it up. But hey, we need to be compensated for $150 for an escort that we're going to have to go and use again and pay for the second time. So we needed an updated rate confirmation for $1,150. That's what we need. This is a mistake on behalf of the broker and the customer, some kind of miscommunication, how this should have been designated as 4, not 3, that's notated right here on this paperwork. Again, we don't have a TWIC card. I told you that in the first place when I picked it up the first time. We need you to compensate us with an extra $150 to cover the cost of the escort. Broker gave him an updated rate con and everything was good to go. That is how I would handle those kind of situations. You know, documentation and paperwork is everything. And the fact that this broker was trying to be slick about it, he called the carrier up and saying, hey, you got to get back there. You got to pick up that one last one. You got to do it. If you deliver only the 3, I'm not going to pay you anything. You know, he didn't email him to notify him of this mistake. He didn't send him a text message to notify him of this mistake. He did it via phone call because he didn't want to put it in writing. He was trying to be slick. But when you have the right questions to ask, given the situation, you're able to get around it to find a solution. In this case, we were able to find a solution. I found that this is the most professional and direct and justifiable way to go about getting the outcome that we were looking for. That was most cost effective for the carrier because he was the one being taken advantage of in this situation. And he called me and we worked it out. We got it figured out for him. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. I think this is a good situation, a good tip and a trick to analyze a situation, see the problem solving, and assess how I would go about coming up with a solution. And this is what we did. This is what worked. You know, TWIC cards, they're worth the investment. I would recommend everybody get them. And another thing that I would definitely comment on, and I'll make another video about this later, is when you're asking for, we could have asked for detention on this, you know, but we just didn't want to get into it. We just wanted to pick it up and get out of there. But when it comes to detention, there's a proper verbiage that really needs to be said on the phone and via email when you're talking to the broker. And it's saying, hey, we've been here past our 2-hour mark. We now need detention for loss of use of time, of the truck. That's really the way that needs to be explained when communicating with the broker, in terms of verbiage and written word when you're typing that out and making your request for detention via email. And of course, always escalate things when the broker is not giving you the answer you want. Say, hey, I appreciate you talking with me. I need to talk to your manager because I'm right in regards to my detention and you're wrong because you're being cheap. Detention typically goes for $50 an hour. That's typically the norm. That's typically the standard. However, most brokers can't always get that, but that's where you need to shoot for right out of the gate. Hey, I've been on site at this shipper for pickup for 3 hours. That means 2 hours are free. Third hour is detention. That should be $50. I needed an updated rate con reflecting loss of use of time for $50 of detention. I need that ASAP. But anyway, I'm getting onto a topic for another video because I just love the freight game and it's a blast. I love it. I hope you do too. Want to make a quick video. Hope this is educational and helpful to you with this tip and this trick for you to help with problem solving in the future. I'll make more videos and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.